How about it, y'all? You got Hawg. Thanks for stopping by. So, Diablo 3 Season 28 is upon us, and you're probably wondering what are the best builds to do this season. So, let's look at the top 5 best builds for Season 28. All right, so requirements to get on this list are pretty easy. They need to be easy to play. The set needs to be pretty simple to gear, and it needs to be casual friendly. Okay, so not just super hardcore players can play it, and it needs to be at least B tier GR clearing capabilities. Which again, I know the altar rights, everything is going to be the baselines moved up at least 50%. So it makes a lot of things, I guess, B tier now. But for the sake of keeping it simple, at least traditionally B tier. First one's going to be your Trag Death Nova. If y'all played last season, y'all know this was top leaderboard. Of course, it required a lot of high Paragon, but it still is just crazy awesome set to play. So pros with it, it's easy to gear. It has a very simple rotation as far as your damage goes. You just have I believe it's 3 physical, poison, and cold. So it's got a very simple rotation. It does have incredible area effect damage. So it's a trash killer. And it's got pretty high toughness because you're stacking 300 stacks of your Siphon Blood on there. So the cons to Death Nova, it is map sensitive. So if you played with me last season, you know that I kind of turned Necro-Wheeze a little bit. And some maps we'd do a 4.5, 5 minute clear. And some maps it would take 9 or 10 minutes because very map sensitive. You also have to stand still to cast, so it can get a little frustrating as far as Oculus rings go and stuff like that. By the time a new Oculus ring spawns, you're in the middle of casting, and you have to move over there and then stand still again, let the animation happen. You know, you've lost your cycle or whatever. So it is a little frustrating with that, and it does struggle on single targets, even if you're using a Funerary Pig. It's just, it's a trash killer. So next one is RASHA Wizard. Y'all, this is going to be my prediction. This is going to be the most OP tune in the whole game to play. So last season, it was not required. It was not dependent on the Crucibles to give it the power. The set give it the power. So nothing's changed with it except for this baseline moving up. So think about plus 50% damage on the RASHA Wizard. Yeah. So the pros, if you haven't played it yet, it's pretty fun to play. It's very easy to gear, and it's pretty overpowered. It was overpowered last season. It's going to be overpowered this season. So the cons with it, it is squishy. It's just any intelligence class is squishy. It does have lack of skill choices. So the way that the RASHA piece, 6-piece set works is it's pretty demanding on what skills you use. It's pretty narrow in that scope. And it is vulnerable to crowd control effects, so you can be CC'd pretty easily with it. Take a potion to negate that. A lot of people do that, but y'all look at this one's going to be OP. A lot of people are going to be playing this. If you've never done a 150 solo, this is the one to do it with this season. Now, don't sleep on old God Hungering Arrow. This one's supposed to be nasty as well. It has lots of skill variants to play with. It is a very strong season starter, and for 2 reasons, because it's fast and it's a great solo farmer. So those 2 things paired together make an incredible season starter. Not very many cons, okay, but it does have kind of complicated mechanics, and you cannot direct target, and it's a Demon Hunter. I'm just kidding. I know y'all love Demon Hunters. I'm not a huge Demon Hunter player. I know they're crazy strong and all. But yeah, that's a good one to look at. And if you start with God Hungering Arrow, you can also make a ZDH with that same character as well, because they share the set. NATALYA Spike Traps. Now, y'all, I don't think it's going to be as powerful as it was. One of my buddies was testing this thing during non-season, and This guy was 11,000 combined Paragon, and he couldn't hit over 125 GR. So I think it's going to hit a wall, but it will still be pretty cool. The pros, it's a new reworked set, so there's a pro on that. It's not a new set, but the set's been reworked to bring it some life, you understand? Has a unique play style with it, and it does pretty good bit of area damage. I think it does like a kind of a nuke type deal. The cons are it is clunky. It does hit a wall, and you can no longer strafe and do shadow set with it. So it doesn't. I don't think it's as automatic as it was during the PTR, but apparently it's still pretty fun. But I think it is going to hit a wall around probably 140 is what I'm going to predict right now with all the extra powers. And Masquerade Bone Spear. Now this is a starting set for Necro. This could be something really cool here to play with. It is easy to gear. It has no cooldown dependency, so you can just fire away, fire at will, and it does have that good area of effect damage. The cons are it is kind of hard to master. Obviously, not a lot of people have been playing it because it wasn't viable compared to like Rathma's or the TRAG'OUL set. Positioning is critical with it, so you got to make sure that you're positioned and your sims are positioned correctly. And it does struggle on single targets, which means it's going to be a trash killer. So I don't know if we're going to see this be S tier trash kill, but I'm probably definitely going to play this thing. Probably definitely. Does that make any sense to y'all? Sometimes I say stuff that just don't make no damn sense whatsoever. I am definitely going to be playing this to give it a try. I played it on PTR. It was pretty fun. We'll see how high it gets. I don't know if it'll be leaderboard 150s meta. It may or may not be. We'll just have to see. So some honorable mentions for this season. The reason these aren't on the list is because they were either too hard to gear or they required a little bit more advanced play style or whatever. But the ZDH is on here because y'all, ZDH is necessary for everything. But ZDH with the God set and NATALYA's together, you can actually drop those spike traps and kind of get a pixel pull. So it is something, I think it's going to be a lot bigger player than it was last season. And that's saying something because you had to have the ZDH. So we might see it become a 2-player leaderboard push instead of having a barbarian just because of that simple fact you can do a pull with it now. The LON, Legacy of Nightmares, for y'all, for those of y'all that don't know what LON is, it's the same as LOD, the gem, except it's a jewelry set. It's a ring set. So you can actually free up a spot to put a an extra gem, a legendary gem. That is Bombardment Crusader. And so the reason that didn't make it to the list was because it's a LON build, and it's a little harder to gear up. Honorable mention, Savage Frenzy Barb, Mundungu Spirit Barrage. Now, of course, this one's hard to play, but they did give Manatu, I believe that's how you say it, the Spirit Barrage rune, they did give that a pretty big boost. It's 14,000% weapon damage. I have played with that, and you can T16 farm with it pretty easy. I'll be doing a build video on that as soon as possible. And, of course, LOD Wave of Light Monk. Everybody knows that since Season 1, LOD Wave of Light Monk has been able to do it. So we have to put that in there. That way somebody doesn't go in the comments and go,
Hawg, you didn't put LOD Wave of Light Monk on there.
Obviously, okay? Right? It's there. So anyway, guys, season start happens tonight at 7 o'clock. Excuse me, no, 8 o'clock Eastern. 8 Eastern. That's 5 Pacific time. Hope this helps you out for picking what you want to do. But the beauty of this season is a lot of people are going to be able to create a season start character, hit level 18, unlock what you need to unlock, the 2 steps in the altar of rights. Then you can make a new character because leveling takes no time whatsoever after that. So that's something cool you're going to be able to do. You could have 2 or 3 characters, by Saturday or Sunday morning. Just depends. We will be streaming season start as long as we possibly can. Our goal is going to be a full 12-hour stream at least. So make sure you tune in for that. YouTube and Twitch at Hawg Gaming. And hey, y'all, if you want to support the channel, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and turn the bell on. If you really want to hook us up, go over to our Patreon, links in the description. We'd love for you to support the channel that way. We are setting up some big stuff for Diablo 4, so that would be kick-ass if y'all would give us a support over there and join your fellow Diabloer, Ava in the Andes, who decided to become a Patreon supporter as well. Thank you so much for that, dear. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Thanks for watching. If you need a Discord to join, House of Hawg, links in the description. We do have a clan, Diablo 3, plebs, for life, the number 4, like the wolf pack. We got a couple spots open, head over there. We do have a couple hours until the start, so you can get on the sign-up sheet for Season 28 if you want to do that, if you like cutting it close like me. But anyway, appreciate y'all. We'll see you next time.